Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Love having you guys coming back here. I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. And that's the thing, guys. See, I haven't uploaded video for about a week. And the reason for that was very simple. The work got ahead of me. I've got so much going on with work. There was literally no time at all to allocate at least for me to have a quiet environment. You putting a few watches that we all love on the table, have a look at them, give them peace of mind, give them some time so we can truly appreciate for what they bring to the table in our collection. Of course, today is that day. I finally get a break. And I can make a video about the things we all love. But today I want to really focus on one of the watch. All right, you guys know it already. It's gonna be the Sumo. Okay, it's gonna be the Sumo here. The second generation Jade Sumo, the Sumo Jade. That's the color, of course. How beautifully that majestic green. The model number for this is SZSC004, I believe. Now, a bit of history about the Sumo again, just on a holistic level. The Sumo as a whole lineup, it was introduced, I think, in the early 2000s, and that's a long way back, guys. Right now, the Sumos that you guys are looking at right now that is on the market, mainly they are Generation 3, and of course, I think in the last 6 months, Seiko did release a higher spec of Sumo on top of Gen 3. Mainly, of course, comes with the hot coatings and ceramic bezel. The same movement at a 6R35. Brilliant watches. I think actually the clasp and the bracelets got remade as well. I haven't really looked into that Sumo, to be honest, but I know they look fantastic. But since I have this Generation 2 Sumo, of course I love what they are. The legendary Sumo design and iconic status in our collectors' perspective, but I doubt I will be picking up another one soon. But you know what? Sumo might be another design that I do want to add another different color variation. You know what? Maybe that Solar GMT will do the trick. It's solar, it's Sumo, it's higher spec, and at the same time, it's ready for grab and go. So that GMT might fit the bill. But today we talk about this guy here. Okay, this unbelievable, beautifully made. I really think it was one of the best Seikos that Seiko's ever done, at least in my eyes, in my observation, in the last 10 years. And we're gonna talk about why. Okay, now let me just put it down now first, guys. Okay, now this is the thing, right? Watches give us peace of mind. We're going through our day. I don't know what kind of job you guys do, but in my role, I'm on the call all the time. I'm on the phone. I'm typing stuff out on the email. I gotta think about numbers. It is very stressful. Okay, so I love looking at them. Right? Give me 10 or 15 minutes. That's gonna calm my mind down. And most importantly, when I do pick my watches and get back to work, I'm gonna be more relaxed. I'm gonna be ready to go for the next part of the day. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Sumos now. I'm gonna talk about Sumos. I'm gonna talk about why it is special and why I do think it is probably one of my, if not my, favorite watch of my Seiko collection as of now. Okay, now first of all, in this channel, we sharing our passion not just for the sake of review, but it's because we can share our perspective, not on its own, but where does the watch stand among the others. Now, I've handpicked those watches just to give you the perspective that I have, and hopefully you can be benefit from it. If you're ever thinking about picking up this Sumo, or you're shy away from picking up the Sumo because people talk about it as too large, or you wanted to add one but you just never sort of arrived at conclusion because of the other Seiko divers that you have. So I've handpicked the legendary SKX. Okay, so this is of course based on success and the recipe on its own. I've got those two beautiful modern iteration of the iconic design. Of course, we got the King Turtle and the King Samurai, right? Both of them with the ceramic bezel, as well as sapphire crystal. Of course, to step another step further ahead, we've got this very killer pair of sort of mid to premium Seikos, based on two very successful historical importance of the brand. That is the 62 Mass and the Willard. Okay, so the reason why I got those two watches here, again, just to show you different dynamics in terms of when you do spend a different money and budget with the brand, and how that's going to relate back to Sumo. And of course, I've got the heavy hitter, the SBBN 300 Marine Master Bluna, the SBBN tuner. Okay, so this is my perspective. We've got the old, we've got a modern introduction of the great designs. Excuse me, guys. We've got around $1,000, $900 to $1,000 on the market, where Seiko is really trying to impact people's choices when it comes to a mid-tier diver. And I've got this legendary SBBN tuner really standing on his own league. So I'm having all those success, those lovely watches of Seiko that we all celebrate. But what I'm still saying, that this Sumo is probably the greatest of time in the last 10 years, at least in my eyes, and my favorite one to pick. I cannot shy away from my passion for this watch. Every time when looking at picking other watches up, he's calling me saying, Felix, pick me up. I know you love me. I know you can't have enough of me. And that's really been the truth. It's been what's happened for the last couple of weeks since I picked this up. Back from the boutique, of course. Just on the watch itself, I've purchased these Angus. So really, this is the beefed up Jubilee bracelet that's with a custom. And look how thick those end links are. Made by strap coat, perfectly matched up with the shine and reflective of that sunray dial, and the sort of the white markers on the bezel. It is a truly, I love it. So again, guys, back to what I was saying. So after having all those watches, what I'm saying, this is the greatest of all time. Okay, guys, I'm gonna tell you what they are. Okay, now, when a watchmaker is trying to make a watch, it all started with an idea. Sumo on its own was a particular lineup that I was shying away from. Before I bought all these watches, I never had this, right? So I bought Turtles first, Willard's 62 Mass SKXs, because every single reviewers out there, they seems to put Sumo on, of course, from a scale perspective, they tend to make the impression of the Sumo that it is a very large watch. That somehow it is larger than Turtle, it is larger than Samurai, and is not going to be comfortable as a daily wear. And I believe into that concept. But after actually having a Sumo alongside all my other watches, I can wholeheartedly tell you guys that is a false statement. At least in my eyes and in my own experiences, because when it comes to wearability and ergonomics of the watch, that is the SKX. Alright, I'm gonna give you Sumo in a minute. Of course, SKX, the reason why I bought SKX is because everybody loves it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows how it wears. If you can wear, and if you love SKXs, you will love Sumo. It's not wearing small per se. But if you're saying, Felix, this watch is wearing large, I disagree. I truly disagree. Again, my wrist size is around 7 inches, 6.9 to 7.1, give or take, depending on the temperature of the day. But guys, this Sumo is just, I'm speechless, guys. It is a beautifully designed, because if you look at the overall of that lugs, the angular lugs just curves down your wrist so elegantly with that bevel out on the side of the watch of that case. Oh, it's like buttery smooth on your wrist. It's comfortable. I don't feel it's heavy at all, even though it's on a literally the chunkiest of the metal that you can choose with a very large clamps from Strapco. Again, all Strapco clamps are fantastic, but they are just so beefy. But again, I'm not feeling it. Excuse me, guys. I'm not feeling the heaviness of the watch at all. Okay, so from an ergonomics, if you got an SKX, you can wear Sumo. If you got a turtle, oh sorry, upside down, upside down. If you can put off. You see the turtle's head looks larger, if not the same. Right? If you're comfortable with turtle, Sumo will be fantastic. If you like the samurai, there you have it. You want to give another go to a slightly different design of Sumo, go for it. If you have one of those Willards and that rounded curvature of the case is beautiful, but you don't have $1,000 to pick up a brand new one, go for a Sumo. So and these applies across different generations. If you got $200-300 that you wanted to spend on Sumo and that's all you got, that's fine. Buy an old Gen 1 if you can find one, okay? Or buy. I've seen some of the Gen 3 green and blacks. I understand they're very popular, but it seems there is just abundance of the Gen 3 black and green being sold. Of course, that's the SPB. And I see some of those SPB Gen 3 black and green sold for like $250 US. So grab it because they share the exactly same size as this Gen 2, and I believe as well as the King Sumo. But in my eyes, this is the true Kings. From design, ergonomics, and athletics, visually perspective, give it a go. Don't be shy from it because it's perfect in size, guys. Okay, absolutely loving it. The second thing I like to talk about why I think this is the greatest of all time is when they came out with the color. They made the color so vibrant, so elegant, so bossy, but at the same time, so dominant, guys. Let me just get the lighting condition here, right? That's my LED light there. But hopefully that sort of the shimmery green, that deep green, is really getting through the screen. It is a truly beautiful color. Let me just do some micro shots on this, okay, guys? Just be with me. There you go, guys. That dial is to die for. It is truly amazing. I'm just getting lost when I'm looking at those details. Really, that second hand of the yellowish 12369 dots, it is nothing more than you don't need, but everything is really coming together with this minimal design language. I love it. I truly love it. It's really knocking this color out of the park. Seiko did a fantastic job, and again, I know this jade color is also available on a monster, which is SZSC005. Of course, that one I think is much harder to find. So I was really lucky to find this guy. So if you can find one of the J Sumo second gen, go get it. 500, it's worth it. 550 is worth it. 600, maybe I'll pay up to 600 to be honest. But I bought this around that 450 mark, just under 500. Terrific seller. Actually, I just realized it's actually got a slightly domed crystal. Guys, you see that? That's a domed crystal, right? gosh, but I've done it so beautifully. I feel like a flat crystal because it doesn't get any. I mean, the legibility makes it look like a flat crystal, but it's actually domed on the outside. Look at it. Okay. That bezel sits beautifully in the case, and when you turn a bezel, it is great feeling because those two entry points give you great grip and buttery smooth. Just listen to the bezel. Alignment, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. What else gonna talk about this watch? Of course, this is a JDM. Oh, I love this watch, guys. What I'm gonna talk about it? Okay, the old recipe, as we know, this is the 6R15. Of course, we had a full, as you guys know, we had a full makeover of this watch. Of that 6R15 because the hacking lever was dropped in the movements, but again, it was repaired and fully serviced. It runs perfectly, spot on every day by Seiko Boutique. And now it's back as a brand new watch, guys. Sign crown. You guys like the sign crown? We have it. Framed beautifully that day window. The Lume is just, I'll show you guys the Lume. Just give me a sec, guys. The Lume is fantastic on this. There you go, my friends. That's the Lume. I'll turn these lights off. There you go. The Lume is fantastic. I mean, it's probably the second best after that. After the SBB and Tuna. Again, the Tuna is really on the league of his own. So that's it, guys. I mean, the design, it really speaks to me. The color is something that I'm fascinated with. The second gen Sumo of that bold design of the hourly markers on the bezel, and the handset of that. I think in particular the hourly hand. Those little things really makes the Gen 2 stand out. And the Sumo shape stands out. The design stands out. And of course, with this bracelet, it just becomes one of my all-time favorite watch. It's good for a summer day. It's great for winter. And at the same time, it just makes you feel very confident when you put on the wrist. It's a very dominating watch. And at the same time, it's maintained that Divers 200, an iconic design of all the Seiko's best of the best. It is a watch truly you have to experience in hand. And again, guys, you might think, Felix, you've got SK, you've got those legends, you've got the 62 mask, you've got the Willards, you've got the Turtle, you've got the SBB, and you've got the Samurai. And guys, I'm telling the truth. I'm still feeling the goosebump every time when I pick this up. So hopefully that's a clear message that's spread out to my friends out there, to my subscribers, to you all, because you know when it comes to watch collecting, right? We tend to get stuck with the decision making. Oh, should I buy one of those two? Should I buy Turtle? Should I buy Samurai? Should I buy Turtle? Should I buy Sumo? Should I buy a Guys, get them all. If a message hasn't been clear enough lately on my channel, get them all. Work hard, do the right thing in life, and you gotta get them all. They are truly wonderful watches, okay guys? Now, with that out of the way, hopefully you benefit from those micro shots. You liked it, it give you peace of mind in your Sumo collection or your watch collection. Of course, again, myself, I'm just a humble beginning in my watch collection journey. And I truly, hopefully you guys enjoyed what I had to share. And you know what? No doubt. I'll see you guys very shortly in the next video, okay guys? And you will see this Sumo very often on my wrist, without a shadow of a doubt. You guys have a great day. and take care. Bye bye, guys.